2 or 3 years have passed since my last video. I might have to post a whole video about this unexpected return, but I want to get into this really quick. If you guys are still alive, I'll be back, but for now I have a question. Have you ever met people who take things too seriously? Because I have managed to find some people who are dragging some random bullshit for almost 3 months, which can be considered as stalking and harassment. Now this all started with a small thing I said, and what I'm going to be saying will be more of a short story or summary, and I'll try not to get into specifics in this video. So around 3 months ago, me and my friend were going around this game asking a question. The question was about how the game became so popular because of a huge rise in players all of a sudden. Now here's where it starts. I go up to this person and ask them a question, but they ignore me. Now what I said next wasn't to be taken seriously, but after she walked away and ignored me, I called her useless, then walked away. Now you may be saying that I shouldn't have said that to begin with, but to be fair, that's literally how I troll around and shouldn't be taken seriously. So shortly after saying that, I go on about my activity and ask some other people about it until I see that the same person who ignored me starts saying shit about me, so I try to ignore it. But she doesn't shut up and starts mocking me, eventually leading me to go up to her and call her out, telling her she can't handle a small insult that anybody with a sane consciousness can ignore. A little after that, I go on about my day and try to ignore her the best that I can. I would also like to mention that she continued to be mocking me for the whole rest of the time during that game. I have a friend who we will call Mr. R, who somehow got brought up in the whole duration of her ranting in the chat. He hadn't said anything to her, but I believe that little shit's head thought he was talking to her, even though he was talking to somebody else about an entirely different subject. She thought he was defending me, even though I'm not sure how she would think that. In the end, we left and called it a day. But it isn't over, because a few days later I get a notification from this friend telling me how somebody made another Roblox account with my name. And I hadn't known who this person was until I was sent this screenshot. In that moment I knew it was the same person from the game. I cannot be the only person who finds this psychotic. Who the fuck goes out their way to make a fake account? Now I added this person and they were ranting on about, "Oh, you were talking shit to my friend, we are gonna find you and beat you up. Pull up." And I immediately knew they were actually really retarded. But what really had me dying was the fact they thought my question was, "Can I have your number?" Like, dude, who told you I wanted their number? I was just gonna ask a simple question about the game. I'm not sure if they're kids or something, but with their lack of IQ, I just know they're either retarded or little kids. Then this person tried to add everybody into my friends list to tell them I'm a bad person, and I would like to remind you that this is all over a small thing I said that wasn't meant to be taken seriously, but luckily my other friend, Mr. R, added the imposter to talk to them, and it didn't go as planned. We eventually unadd the person and go on with our day. Or so we thought. A literal month later, and yes, I said a month, these guys return and make another account dedicated to Mr. R, and now we are thinking these guys don't let things go. Why can't they quit being bitches and just let it go? Because at this point it's genuine stalking and harassment. Mr. R adds the imposter and he starts talking about how he's not letting things go and to just quit being a bitch in summary, but this little kid, yes, this little shit, does not let it go. Talking about how we said we would touch girls. Now what the actual fuck are they even accusing us of doing? We went a literal month on doing our own business, then these group of people who are too scared to use their actual account come and tell us we wanted to touch kids. There's something livid about this, and it's the fact that these little shits are calling this a drama, when all we wanted to do was ask a question about the game, and now they are accusing us of doing crimes. Now if anything, their constant stalking, impersonation, and harassment can be described as a felony in actual laws. Yet they want to be the ones in the right. They are bringing people into this by adding everybody in our friends list, making it a huge deal out of nowhere when we literally ignored them. Soon after, Mr. R gets annoyed and threatens to call the police because he managed to find their location. He was kind enough to not do it but ignored them. In the upcoming second month they kept trying to add our friends, but they failed. On the third month they made an Instagram account and they were stupid enough to accidentally request to follow me, which immediately made me aware that I was being stalked. They managed to find my friend's Instagram and they started to follow everybody in his following. My friend immediately shut down his posts and made his account private. Soon after we contact them and tell them to quit bothering us because this is harassment. They don't. In the following weeks they create an account of Mr. R and copied everything from his name, user and profile picture. That same account they created used it to add his following and followers and impersonate as him. I have it blurred to protect his image. But here's the problem. In the process of them doing that, he had to go through lengths to defend himself and managed to succeed. They created some posts on their fake account to accuse him of allegations and all sorts of stuff. But this part really has me laughing. Throughout every encounter they had to use fake accounts about us and burner accounts on Instagram. So it's extremely hypocritical to say, a fake account thinking it's cool, when that's all they've been doing rather than have the balls to talk to us in their actual ones. It really pisses me off how we also tried to tell them what our question was, then they still think I was trying to ask them out like I want their unwashed skanky pussy. These people are really stupid and contradict themselves so much. They're either retarded or literal 9-year-olds. This is going to be an ongoing issue as they are still trying to tarnish both our images, all because of a simple lie that their friend told them about. I wanted to make people aware of this issue and maybe a comeback this year depending if you guys are still alive. This was just a summary and sorry I didn't get into details of how everything went down. If you guys would like, I can make another video being specific on this event. But for now I'll be partaking my leave. Let it happen.